Hey, what's up, guys? This is the first episode of the CVUO Podcast. Today we have the events team talking about the making of the Student Life Awards. So, enjoy.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna start. So it's 4:30 now. Okay. So I'm Hassan, CVO president for a very uncomfortably long time. And yeah, I guess if someone else wants to introduce themselves next. Okay. Roll call. Amena, go introduce yourself.
Hi there. I used to be one of the event coordinators of CVUO. Now I'm the Student Services Commissioner.
Okay, Marie-Claire.
I prefer the name Claire, and I was one of last year's event coordinators too. And now I'm just living my best life.
Lwam.
Hello, my name is Lwam. I was an event coordinator last year, and I am also an event coordinator this year. Yeah.
And Rosie.
Hi, I'm Rosie. I was an event coordinator last year, and I am the VP external for this coming year.
Did Rosie cut off for everyone or just me?
A little
Just-
bit.
Just you.
Okay, cool. As long as if it cuts off for you, then it's gonna cut off in the recording. So just be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about this is our first podcast. I was actually thinking this morning of what we're gonna be calling this podcast, and if you guys have any ideas, let me know because we don't have an idea of what to call it yet. So we don't have a name to introduce it.
You,
Ooh,
Epiphany.
Yeah.
Pardon?
You know how CVUO, like see, like looking with your eyes? What about here, VUO?
That's good.
Great.
Please don't use it though, please.
RDUO.
Copyrighted, please.
RDUO.
That sounds too much like embezzlement.
Oh God. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but I'm sure someone will figure it out.
I might just let people pick, the name.
Yeah, let
I think we
the
have to
people
call it.
pick.
Well, we have to call it something to upload it. So I don't know.
Yeah, whatever people call
What
it.
did you call the event coordinators at some point last year? Like the 4 horsemen of your nightmares?
What?
What?
No, this one, like this particular episode, is probably gonna be like something like something about the SLA. But then the whole podcast itself needs a name as well because we need to
Friday
like
13th.
Pardon?
You know, like how Friday 13th was the 13th of March when
Oh,
everything
God.
went down.
That's just asking for disaster.
Uh-huh.
But okay, yeah. So today we're talking about the making of the SLA from the very beginning, and things we've learned, things we did, things we wish we did differently, boxes we lost, and food items that we suggested.
Events we almost canceled.
What?
I mean,
Almost.
we canceled it, but at the same time, okay. Am
Don't
I
give me-
supposed to mention that in the podcast? Never mind.
Okay, so we'll start from 2 years ago when the SLA first was thought of, and it was thought of because I was watching the Oscars and I was like super hyped up about it, and there's only one movie I'd watched, Arrival, that was nominated. I was like watching the Oscars, and I haven't watched the Oscars since, but I was like super hyped up about an award show, so I thought we were gonna do I figured we would do an award show for clubs, and this was back when we were really shitty and just had we were a shitty club ourselves. And this was like in February or something, or January of that year. And we were like, oh, we're going to do this big award show. And we didn't have an events team or anyone planning it. And we were like, okay, we're going to make it happen in 2 months. And it's going to be great.
I remember that.
Then like Amena randomly applied to be an event coordinator through our website, unprovoked. And then I was like, okay, Amena, you have to plan this event in 2 months. And then Amena failed at doing that. That was really disappointing, Amena.
Oh, why
then-
did you like that?
Shame on me.
Shame on
How could
you.
you not? Yeah, right? Good.
Had I made it happen, it wouldn't have been canceled this year.
True.
Damn it.
But no, it's because we never actually had a plan. I remember like our first meeting with Amena, I was like, we have to plan this SLA, and she was not interested in planning at all. She was what was it? You just started talking about Morocco. I guess. Anyways.
I knew you were going to mention that. I was like waiting for that today. You just have to mention that.
Anyways, but then in the
Anyways.
summer of that year, we were like, okay, now we're gonna get an event. No, actually, everyone was like, we're not gonna get an events team. We're just gonna have Amena do it, and then we'll all just help out. And we're like, yeah, she has a year to do it. It'll be fine. But
Yeah, you were like, the small events, we'll leave it to everyone else, and the
Yeah.
SLA was my own. It wasn't even called the SLA. It was the club's gala.
Yeah, at the time. it
Oh,
was
the
called
good old
Club Gala.
days.
I feel like people still call it the Club's Gala at some places. Like Jason and stuff might still call it the Club. Anyways, but I didn't listen because I don't value the opinions of my team, and I hired two more event coordinators at the time, just Lwam and Claire. And best decision I ever made because we definitely needed it. And then how much did we do in the summer? Because now you guys.
Nothing. Absolutely
Literally
nothing.
nothing.
I remember the only memories I have of planning SLA was like the Shaw Center visit.
Yeah.
And just one time, us getting into like super detailed discussion about how we were going to invite Jack Vermont to the event, like what envelope is going to look like.
The
Throwback to not
invitation
even
package.
inviting him in the end.
Pardon?
Shout out to not even inviting him in the end.
That's the only two discussions I remember happening.
But we did have
I
like
think we
the
tried to
names of
also
the awards,
discuss-
no?
Yeah,
Pardon?
that's what I was
So
gonna
much though.
And like there was something about the date. Like I think we picked the date of the
Yeah.
SLA and even the name. I think we picked the name during the summer too.
Yes, I think you're right. We changed it from Clubs Galas to like awards.
And the colors.
And even the awards. I think
Well,
like
the colors
we
changed
looked.
throughout.
Yeah. From McDonald's to yellow.
The ugly pink color.
That was the best one still.
That fleshy color.
Inspired from the Oscars.
Shaw Center seems like the only thing I feel like that was.
And then realized how much money we had and how much money we were
We
going to
actually-
spend.
What was our goal? We were like, $60,000. We can do it. Shaw Center. I think we were like really counting on sponsorship money or something.
Yeah.
I think it was because
Yeah.
we didn't know how much
And
money
also-
we had from
also-
Yosu.
Yeah, we were definitely also counting on you. So we were like, okay, here's our budget. We want $50,000.
Oh yeah.
Remember
Oh,
when
yeah,
we
'cause I
said
remember-
$50,000 for it?
Pardon?
Remember we were like, yeah, we have $50,000.
Yes. Because I remember at first
Yeah.
Yosu said that for their gala events they would have $50,000, but then when they actually did their budget, it was like $5,000 for the gala
Yeah.
event.
That's like when we had to. I think like that's when the
Yeah.
planning really started. Like
Yeah.
just starting to
And then
look
we
for free
switched.
venues.
And then and then we switched to Tabaret for a free venue.
But free.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of true. I feel like we started really like getting on the planning when we found out that we don't have the budget that we thought we did.
Or just a budget in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
because-
making the like centerpieces with like on our own and like looking for Dollarama options.
Even the $5,000 we were told was not true because we didn't actually take from the gala budget because we had a CVO budget and then a gala budget. The gala was planned from the CVO budget because we don't have any expenses really. So I mean, it was still like $30,000. So it's
Yeah,
still a jump
Pretty big
up from the 5,000. Yeah. Actually, I don't even know how we went from. We have to look at the budget at some point to see how the jumps happened because 30,000 seems like a lot.
I think it was like when Kira had her meeting with Yosu. Like, but it was like later on. I think like we were just kind of thinking what's like the like set budget, and we just kind of
we
like
were at,
made
like-
account for like 5K, and that's it. And like we kind of just
In the summer?
shut the door.
In the summer, they told us 5K to like plan the gala, and then like 20K to do CVO things. We were just expecting to do a lot more CVO things, like buy banners and posters and stuff. But then we used all our 20K on actually planning the gala. But then in January, we were like, we're out of the 20K all of a sudden. So then we had to ask for more, and that's how we got to the 30. And that's what we ended up with. That was
Yeah.
our budgeting.
I mean, oops. The like big thing that happened was getting the sponsors. The
Yeah,
sponsors.
that was a big one. Yeah.
Right?
That was like money that we.
Fun facts we didn't get.
Oh wow. Almost.
Yeah. Pardon?
Because of Corona, they took it back, or
Yeah, they haven't responded to any of our emails or anything. We're
Fair
gonna just
enough. The event didn't
Yeah.
happen, so
Yeah.
where do you want the
and I mean, because we got refunded from conventions,
money?
that was the amount we had from the sponsorship anyway. So it was like 5K to 6K. And then we're also gonna get refunded from party time, and the photo booth never took their check. So we actually ended up being pretty we're pretty comfortable in terms of our budget. even without
Yeah,
the
because
sponsorship
like we
money.
didn't have anything to do with it. Like the SLA was like the biggest thing, and then it just didn't happen. That's it.
That's
We
what.
have
Okay, so I
a
was
verbal
thinking.
agreement on half of the chicken.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Killy.
So, yes.
I think that was the best decision we've made. Like going with Killy food. We would have gone with that regardless whether we had a lot of money or not.
Hopefully we don't. Yes.
Next year.
I think I was telling the new events team that we totally missed out on the whole serving the whole all 200 people ourselves. I feel like that would have been some quality
Yes.
chaos.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Now that I look back at it, like with the whole organizing, teams, whatever, it would have still been so bad.
Oh, either way, everything's gonna be chaotic.
I was really looking forward to seeing everyone just serving food.
But like, the beauty of it was, the fact that we were, get together at Kira's place and like just talk about all the shit that went down. I think like that's why I guess there was beauty in it.
Mm.
What did we do in the fall? The main things we did in the fall.
We hosted a clubs fair for.
We announced it at the club's conference. So we had
Yeah,
done stuff
and,
a
like,
lot.
no
Oh
before.
yeah, October was it? It was October, right?
Yeah, it was October.
Yeah,
Sorry, what
the
were you saying?
surprise.
Mm.
Yeah, that's when you set and the day set.
Yes.
Because we made sure that we had a venue, like a place, and like just like some sort of planning going on before we announce it.
Mm.
So
We
like
had the trophies too.
yeah, exactly. So like
And
I think
we had
like
all
by
the
October
awards.
we had a lot of planning that was done, like the big stuff.
All the awards were also written out.
Really? I feel like even like throughout February we were still fighting. I mean, like
No, because I remember
December we were still fighting on like over the names and how many.
No, because I remember as soon as we announced that, people got mad about the best political award. Remember that?
True.
Oh yeah, and we had
Why did
also
they-
flyers that we gave out.
The Flyers? Oh yes, that was at the club. No, that was at the Winter
Yeah,
Club.
yeah.
Fair. That was January.
Really, we didn't do it before.
No, I don't think so. But we also had the first cover photo, which had all the award names on it. So we definitely had the award names by the.
What was it? The best competitive recreation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because we wanted to change best competitive sport to best competitive recreational, because sports services didn't want to associate with the rest of the not so competitive clubs. But then we just never did that. I think that was the only change though, but it was very minor.
Now
Did
that
you
we
get
talk about it,
external
feels like,
package
what?
done in October? Like the external package thing?
Did we ever get an external package done?
That's what we gave to like conventions and like the lighting and tech people to be like, hey, this is what we're doing and this is why we need your services. We never really like shared it with people.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I think Claire's right because I don't remember like.
Translating it, yeah.
I remember we wanted to share it, but then we just
Yeah.
never did it.
But like remember like that big document where everything started off that had all the options and like pictures of like centerpieces. That was
Yeah, the internal package.
Yeah, the internal package. I don't think I ever like finished it.
It got like messy after
No.
too much stuff like in it.
Oh yeah, definitely does.
I'm actually on it right now. It's very messy, but honestly, it's like a good like outline for what we accomplished, at least, or we tried to accomplish in the fall.
Tried to accomplish.
Oh man. What else did we do? Does it say in the fall? Does it say in the document that we
I'm
submitted?
sure it does.
There's like the whole fiasco of trying to like get the payment for the trophies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even like the shape. I remember like when we first like settled on the shape of the award. It was like a good day. I remember like just being okay. This is gonna be the award.
When did we pay the? I feel like we paid the trophy people in
Around
the winter.
December.
2020.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Was that December?
No, I think even later. Actually.
Yeah, I think it was
You're
later.
right.
Yeah, it's definitely later.
Because like once we
'Cause we
paid
lost
it, we
the
got like
check, I
that
remember.
first. The moment we like paid it, we got the first award that we had at the Winter Clubs Fair. Like like when we showed it, because that was when we just paid it, and we asked for like a sample just to see and take pictures of.
Mm.
No, I think we were
Wait, okay,
supposed
guys.
to. Yep.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I just want to go back to like the summer because I just remembered something. Remember when Hassan wanted a lot of awards? He
I
wanted
remember
so many
that.
awards.
Oh God.
But we
Well,
had to cut that down.
the Oscars had 26 awards, and we were sitting at 3. So I was like, we should just add 3 more awards and make it a nice 26.
Oh my.
Like I think like we started with like 10, and we even thought that 10 was a lot, or like 12 was a lot. And like that's what like the number that like I think me, Claire, and Lwam were like, okay, that's a reasonable number. But then you were like, no, we have like we need 23 or whatever.
And I wanted 26.
Like we had like we reached 25 at some point, and like he just kept looking for that 26th one, but like
Oh yeah, I
just
remember that.
insisted on
Yeah.
like just going back, because like I knew that like the
remember
moment we reached 26, there was no way we were going back.
Wait, what did we lose? Which awards did we lose to go from 25 to whatever was 22 or 23? What were the awards that we took out?
You think it's on the internal package? I don't think so.
Probably somewhere across.
No, it's not.
No.
It was because of the
We had to cut that stuff out.
it was the innovation awards and then the awards per category that just
Oh,
add up.
there's like most improved, best
Oh yeah.
old
Oh, yeah.
club that's like really old, best like club that's not that old. but-
Recurrent event.
Yeah.
Yeah, two events. Yes, I remember this. Oh, that's
It's,
that's
like,
interesting.
innovative
That has
coverage.
such a vintage vibe to it. I don't know. Feels like such a long time ago.
Like, didn't we like still have 2 awards that no one applied for? Like just one? I mean, the political
No.
one.
The law one, I think.
The law one, yeah, innovation in law.
Yeah, and like, yeah, exactly. So there's one that no one applied for, which just kind of like proves our point.
Yeah.
Huh,
So
was
many
it-
awards just had one nominee.
No, only like 3 awards had one nominee.
Only 3.
Only 3. That's too
Yes.
many.
To be honest, okay, best fraternity sorority that should not have happened. We could have contacted them to apply for more.
Hmm.
Engineering, it's like engineering. I guess we could have. That's a tough one. And what was the other one? What was the third one?
Health.
In health. Yeah, I guess okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Why is that fair?
I mean, what health clubs are there? Like, who would apply for that?
There's a
There's
lot.
a bunch of mental health clubs. And, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the mental health club should apply. I guess people thought you had to be with the faculty. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something we learned. Be more precise.
Yeah, what do you guys think about the
Why-
innovation awards?
I think we should like. I feel like one of like the main points why we opened the innovation awards was to get sponsors from the faculties.
Yeah.
We never did,
it's a lot harder.
We never did.
which I think like we could definitely ditch those in the future.
I think what we're gonna probably do is have them, but contact the faculty not a week before applications close. Because even the faculties that reply, like engineering replies, like, "Hey, can you send me the award selection criteria?" But like, it was the day before the award selection ended, so it didn't really make much sense.
Hey,
So
we're
hopefully we'll
still
get to
doing it.
contact the faculty way ahead of time.
Yeah.
But also,
what
like,
do you guys think if what do you guys think if, for example, so we're gonna contact the faculties, right? But then what if like some faculties want to give money and some don't? There's gonna be like some awards like have like monetary
Mhm.
value and some don't. Is that like kind of weird?
That's also true.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, like
Yeah.
a lot of like innovation.
Unless we spread it out. So like let's say if like science, engineering, health want to give money, but then business and arts doesn't, then we just kind of spread it out. I don't know if that's allowed, but
Would science be okay with that, or like would the
yeah, I don't
faculty
think
be
the
okay with you?
faculty would be
Yeah.
okay with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
would it be like so bad if we just opened like we just had the awards for the faculties that contributed? Like it wouldn't be so bad because in a way it
Yeah.
would encourage the faculties
Oh,
to just
That's true. Yeah.
contribute.
And I guess the students would take it up with their faculty, right? If they were
Yeah,
upset.
exactly. Because
Yeah.
you like would be like, sorry, your faculty
Yeah.
didn't really want to take part in this. It's not like
'Cause-
it's not that the clubs won't be able to apply. They'll be able to apply to other awards. It's just that.
Ooh, can I bring something up?
Go
Mhm.
ahead.
I'd say like that mentality of like if some of the faculties are willing to like sponsor their awards, it seems really off to be like, hey, your faculty is like really rich or has extra money to spend or actually wants to invest in their students. So yeah, we're gonna compensate you for that. whereas your other faculty doesn't really care about you. So sucks to suck, even though y'all are doing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess like we can't
Ooh,
really.
what if?
I mean, that's kind of just how giving money works, though.
But like, you have the
I-
choice
It's not-
to not give money.
What if like when we're sending emails or whatever to the faculties, we don't like say, oh, you're gonna be giving money to your specific faculty award, but maybe just like all the innovation awards in general. So like it's kind of like they know that that money will go to all the faculties. But I don't know if that would be good, because then be like, oh, like I don't really, maybe the faculty would be like, oh, I don't want to do that because probably other faculties might not do that, and then why am I giving money to their faculty?
Yeah, and faculties
Yeah.
usually only support
Yeah.
their own clubs or their own
Yeah,
students.
yeah.
What we can do is like reach out to RSGs instead. Get like sponsorships from the
actually we
RSGs.
could.
RSGs like are very generous as far as giving out
Yeah,
funds.
recently.
And I mean, was it like the political students association? Like,
IPSA.
yeah, exactly. It's like they donated $1,500 for like the COVID-19 hardship fund. Like they always like have some sort of like funds that are left.
Mm-hmm.
And like they like to support their clubs. If anything, they like to collaborate with them a lot. So instead of like reaching out to like the university and the faculty who are like kind of in a way greedy, you could just reach out to RSGs. Like, who would
Actually,
say no?
like I find faculty to be very generous. Actually, like
Really?
for both STEAM and MES, whenever we ask them for money, they very easily give out like thousands of dollars.
Not this year though.
It's just a long process. We have to like contact them ahead of time. They ask you to meet the dean, and that kind of thing. And I think when we were contacting them last year, it was like super rushed. It was like super last minute, and then we didn't give them any chance to like actually meet with us or ask any questions. Well, that's for like at least the engineering, art, and like science faculties. And then law, I remember was interested as well in sending money, which would have been super awkward considering no one applied for the law award. But like I don't know about Telfer or social sciences, how generous they are with helping out students. I also know that social sciences doesn't even have like social science clubs. They don't even have their own clubs. So they might, I don't know. But it's like a sort of thing where your faculty is giving a club money. It's not like CVO is giving engineering clubs money or something like that. So I don't see a huge problem with some faculty getting money and some not.
But like, if we were to do it again, would we keep the innovation awards or would we not?
At our last events meeting, we basically talked about we were gonna get the sponsor team to contact the faculties right away.
Yeah.
And then we'll play by the ear. Like we'll see if it's a good response. Then we'll probably do it. I think we'll probably still do it because I think that was one of the most diverse club applications, and also the category ones where like clubs that aren't like the best club at everything can apply for the innovation in engineering award that Nick won, which I think he deserved, but he could not really have won it anywhere else. So I think it still has value apart from the getting money from the faculty thing.
I see.
I think even if we do try to put monetary value to the innovation awards, then I guess clubs will be more inclined to apply for them. Let's say I feel like even let's say if we did do the innovation in law, there will probably be law clubs or whatever who will try to apply.
I know I know when you like get sponsored by faculty, they actually promote your event as well. So if they're promoting it to their law students, then it'll make it a lot easier for law clubs to apply. We actually have so many law clubs now because of the association form, like under the common law faculty. So hopefully that's not empty next year. Okay, we've just stopped going down the timeline. Where were we? Fall?
Yeah.
Like, what about not the application process, but like the selection process? So I remember like going through 150 applications, and that's not even like a perfect number. It's a low number comparing to like if we were to get like a different nominees, like 3 different nominees at least for each award. And that's like, with the first edition and all.
Yeah, and
imagine
it was,
like next year we'd have like 250 applications.
Oh boy, it was also 150 like valid ones.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some clubs that applied like quite a few times, or one president that got like 12 applications.
which I guess kind of highlights like a communication problem because like it's hard to reach every single club and like
Yeah.
have them actually hear what you're saying. Because even at the clubs fairs, people are like, "Wait, what is this?" Even though we sent their club email like 50,000 emails about it before.
Yeah, clubs
I
are
think a lot of
super.
times too, it's
Go ahead.
go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say, like a lot of times, I mean, obviously we're like sending emails and stuff, but it's not like the entire exec team, like they might not have access to the emails or, you know, like the whoever is in
Gets
charge of their
emails.
email maybe doesn't like tell their group about it. I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
definitely something to like think about for like what are different ways to communicate to people.
Yeah.
True.
I think now we're more well known as well. Like the award show's well known.
Mhm.
Before it was like something completely out of thin air. So hopefully it won't be as much of a problem next year.
Like would the the selection process still be 2 committees and like the preliminary committee?
Yeah, I think
feel
it
like-
worked pretty well.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like the only thing is, like maybe extend like just the time like for the preliminary
Yeah,
selection
and
committee.
probably have more members in the final because there's only 4 of us in the final one, and like for one of the awards, 2 of us didn't get to vote, and it was just like moving 2 people to decide.
Yeah, and like the whole conflict of interest thing.
Mhm. So definitely have more members in the second one. Make
I feel like
time.
like even the reaching out. I think I think it was me who did the reaching out, but like I didn't do it early enough. I don't remember like what happened with that.
Yeah.
But like
Other
there's
also
also
loved it.
I feel like like just, like a list of like more options of like more people to contact.
Or
Just so
people
that
who, like might be a little bit more removed from it in a way. So it's not like, oh, I have this friend in this club and I'm an exec on this club and I've been to events at this club.
yeah, I agree.
Mm.
Those meetings were so long.
Well, the first one was. The second one was not long.
It was still long. It was like 3 hours long.
Actually, well, yeah. I mean, I guess.
When you're deciding on like 23 awards, it's gonna be a long meeting.
Pardon?
When you're deciding on 23 awards, no matter what you do, it's gonna be a
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when the committees haven't read the applications beforehand, it takes time to read them.
Yeah.
Remember that document and how long it was?
So long.
Like, it was so long, and like just giving like everyone time to read the applications during the meetings.
Such
That
a
took
long
forever.
meeting.
And like the
Actually
fact that
surprised.
a lot of people had to leave like in the middle of the meeting,
Yes, yeah.
and it wasn't like equivalent votes because I don't know.
To be honest, I'm actually super
Yo,
surprised that it even finished.
Right?
Because like the math wasn't adding up. We were like, we have 23 awards. If we give them this much time for each of these awards, it would go on for forever. But it did end up finishing at some point.
And then we had to like pick up and move, go to a different place.
Yeah, because the
The room booking.
Yeah.
And
we're so lucky we
paid
found
it.
a room in CRX like during that period. Wait, have we booked it before? I think we
Yeah,
have
I think it was
booked
booked.
beforehand.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a cute cat.
Oh, was that Amena's cat?
Yeah, sorry. Great.
Okay. Going back to the fall again.
Okay.
What else do we do in the fall?
That's the thing. I feel like we were so busy with clubs fair and the clubs conference and stuff that we didn't do that much in the fall. Because I remember we had so much to do in the winter. It's really a struggle to think of what did we do in the fall.
That's true.
I think what Clay was saying, the whole debacle of paying for the trophies was in the fall, but then I remember because everyone went off in the winter and we couldn't get our signatures, and that's sorry for the winter break, and then that's why I got pushed to the second semester.
Yeah. Or maybe it was. I swear it was like at the last minute, and it was like it has to be done today. Like the check has to be signed today, or else like it's
I feel
never.
like it was like
gonna
the
happen.
20-something of December. Like
There was like a Thursday or Friday of like the day before like exams or something, maybe. Or maybe during exams. I don't even.
I remember they walked into our office, right? That was is that when the check was picked up? When like the office was left open, they walked in and we thought we lost it. That was definitely second semester. I'm pretty sure. Because
I'm looking at my snaps to see like when did we like receive the like physical award, because like the check was sent like before.
Oh, there's also emailing like back and forth between like the food companies and like
AV people,
AV.
CNR.
There's a lot of like contracts being formed.
Ooh, there's also a lot of talking to Yosu to get like checks and stuff. That was a lot.
Yeah, for like our new contracts that we were like making.
Yeah.
There's more. There was like even like the selection process. We had to finalize it, and like we spoke about like what were the members of each of the committees, and like the dates.
That was winter, I'm pretty sure.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I'm sure like we picked the timeline of February. It was like either early January or like late December.
I remember I asked you guys to make a timeline, and then you guys did not like that idea at all.
It was just hard though, because like we didn't really know what needed to be done.
Yeah.
So it was like, what do you mean? Ask us to figure out everything that we have to do when we don't really know what we're doing.
Was that
Hey,
was in the
guys.
fall? We're asking. Yes.
So I just looked it up in our emails, but Claire sent an email on January 10th that said, "Hey Ethan, thanks again for sending a messenger to pick up the check today."
Yeah.
And that was for Globe Awards.
So like early
okay.
January.
Anyways, yeah.
Like what, August to like January. I'm just finally paying them. Like,
You know what's actually a fun fact? I just like ordered an award like about a week ago for something else, and I got it yesterday. So that was very fast, and the fact that it took like months for us, I'm like rip, but it's okay.
I mean, from like when we actually gave them the name, or when I gave them the names, and like did all the proofs and stuff, I wasted so much paper on that. But like it was pretty fast. Like once the
It took a week, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
It wasn't even like more than a week. It was around a week.
I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks to get them like done and delivered.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's good.
Was it? I feel like it was faster because I remember
Yeah,
we were
me
discussing.
too.
We were talking about in the summer that we would need to do the selection process very close to the actual award.
Exactly.
Could they do it really fast?
Yeah, because we got them the week before.
Did we?
It was like we got them
Some
2
time in
weeks
March.
before the SLA, no?
No, the week of the SLA. And
Oh.
we had the names mid-February.
No, even later. I think it was like the 20-something of February.
You had them in the reading week. I remember I was leaving.
Yeah. But either way, it's pretty fast. Like once you actually have, hey, here's what we want on them, things go fast.
That giant box.
Yeah, the whole thing was we had to wait till tell them what we were gonna actually put on it.
Yeah.
I think it was mainly ready.
That wasn't a custom shape, right? That was the shape that they had already.
Yeah, it was one of the.
Yeah.
Okay. How about promotions? What could we have done better?
We only really started promoting it in the winter. I remember that's what I was gonna talk about next to the club's fair when we put up our banner.
Really? I think we started promoting it even before.
Oh, like lightly, but not.
Yeah.
Like, as much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In the winter, we also put up, like, I remember sending Lwam and Claire the posters to print out in the winter break and putting them up around campus.
That's true.
But yeah, we really only did it in the winter. I mean, considering, I feel like there was no reason to promote it anymore since we capped out in most aspects.
Like, even, like, how could we, like, promote it before? It was, like, the first time we didn't have, like, a lot of things that were set. Like, we had the date and the place and the names of the awards and the criteria, and that was it.
I feel like one of the reasons why we didn't really do that much promotion was because, like, back when we were like, hey, worst case, best case scenario.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And we realized, like, we didn't really have much space for just, like, regular
Everyone.
people to come.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I wish we'd kept some record of what our best case and worst case was. Where did we hit?
There's a spreadsheet somewhere.
Yeah.
That's true. With, like, numbers and stuff.
Yeah, like equations trying to figure out what our best case. And
There's
worst
a spreadsheet around that. Yeah, I'm sure there's it's on
There was-
some spreadsheet.
That was such like.
Because like we calculated like
presumptuous
how
work.
much. Like remember the use of like the whiteboard too?
Yeah.
Like with the awards, and, like the names for awards and like I mean like the nominees per award and how
Okay, I
many
feel like we
people.
should for like the podcast we should explain what we're talking about because I just realized no one's gonna know what we're talking
That's
about.
true.
If people actually
Started
listen.
back up again from square one.
But what we're talking about right now was that we could only seat 250 people. But we had 230 awards.
200.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
down to
yes,
200.
that's true. Because after presenters and execs, we could only seat 200 people, and we had 23 awards. And if we had 3 clubs apply to each award or be nominated for each award, then each club could only bring like 2 people to come. So we had to figure out we had to figure out how many duplicates there were going to be, and how many students each club could bring.
Yeah.
So we really did not have enough space to like
We
promote.
ended up leaving it till like we're like there's no way of knowing until we get all the applications.
Yeah, because the key factor was how many duplicates we were gonna get. Because if the same club was nominated a bunch of times, we would have less people coming.
Like, didn't we have a maximum
was
of how many awards a club could apply for?
Yeah, we did. But if every club, if we had a new club, a unique club nominated for every single award, we could not fit them all into Tabaret.
Yeah.
So we were counting on duplicates, but we just didn't know how many duplicates there would be. I feel like there were a lot less than we had thought.
We fully improvised it.
Because I remember our board was like, oh, the innovation awards and the category awards, they'll all be the same. But that did not end up being the case at all.
Which in hindsight is not a good mentality to have.
It was not. But it worked out. So, I mean, I guess it would have worked out.
I mean, yeah, it kind of.
The thing is, like,
I
for
mean,
next
no,
year.
honestly,
Yeah. Go ahead.
no, honestly, it did work out, but at the same time, it kind of didn't because we still, people like wanted more people from their club to come.
Yeah.
We didn't have such a
True.
space. That really.
More tickets.
I remember like the fight around the tickets and the empty seats. Like we would just open 2 seats and not even an hour or two.
Yeah, they will go away. That was intense.
It was like
What did you call it, Claire? I forgot.
Anarchy hour.
What was it?
Anarchy hour. Yeah, I literally remember like doing that, and then I remember Rosie was with me, and then as soon as I clicked it at like 10 a.m. or something, and it went in like 10 minutes. Like all the tickets went in 10 minutes.
So I really hope we can get a venue big enough for clubs to actually bring proper people at this time.
The way like
and that we don't have to kind of like
just have less awards.
Yeah.
But
Or have
then-
less awards. Just take out the innovation awards.
But then you'll
and
have
problem
less
solve.
clubs.
Less awards would solve so many problems.
Yeah,
Like so many just.
But then you would have less clubs.
that's fine. You'll have like
It's more elite.
because they're interested.
Exactly. It's more valuable. It's like
Yeah.
best of the best.
Like shorter nomination meetings.
Honestly.
We should work around the 23 awards. We should have 2 nomination meetings, for example.
Not 2 nominations, but like just get a venue that's big enough to accommodate the scenario if we had unique nominees for like each award.
Yeah. And
Yes.
clubs bringing in more than 3
Yeah.
people.
But
I think that's
More than
what's
3
important.
people?
ceremony itself, like 23 awards is a lot to go through.
That's
Like,
true.
It benefits no one.
What do you mean? It lets so many clubs that are not the best of
And
the
you
best.
think it just
but the best
increases
in their-
But it
someone's
becomes
chances to win 2
participation.
awards.
Pardon? It's not a participation.
It's like
Okay, for
participation
example,
awards.
no, like the autonomous vehicle group. Where else would they have won? But they're a really great club that do really great engineering things.
Yeah, but like weren't they nominated for 2
Committee-
awards or
committee says
something?
what the committee says.
Pardon?
The committee says what the committee says.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like because they're the best in their field or one of the best in their field, but they're not the best in marketing or the best in.
But are we like really trying to
Overall,
encourage?
like, what the ceremony is about. Like it's not like it's like your idea, but also how you execute that idea too counts.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like we're not trying to encourage someone to just be like the best in something. We're trying to have best clubs overall.
No, we are encouraging people to be the best at something. Like for the category awards, like I don't want to pit, for example, for the category awards, I wouldn't want to pit like the NDP club with like
But
Model
like just
United.
because they want like an innovate, like they won like an award of like an innovation in something, doesn't mean like they're only the best at their field. That all like it also kind of means that we have to take under consideration that they do some sort of good marketing, some sort of good, I don't know, like the whole logistics thing. They're good at other stuff. You just, anyhow.
And especially like with having a lot of the awards, for like a decent amount of them, it was like, oh, we had 3 or less people nominated for it, so like by default you're nominated for it, versus like other people that you have to like fight for your spot to be nominated in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the nominations.
Got nominated by default.
For nominations, that's true. But apart from the 3 awards, I feel like it was good competition overall for all the awards.
I mean, there's like all the clubs are pretty solid.
Well, they're not, but
What?
not all the clubs are pretty solid.
But like the vast majority are pretty solid.
Yeah. I don't know.
You get it? You hate all the clubs.
I mean, I feel like there's a select group of clubs that are exceptional, but there's still a large number of clubs that are exceptional.
I mean, even like the small, because like realistically, like your goal is to like create a community, and like,
well, it's not about size. I don't think it's about size.
Yeah, but like if you're a small club, you're not gonna like have like a giant like Instagram presence or whatever. If you can contact your members directly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in that sense, like all the clubs are doing pretty good.
I mean, well, I don't know. There's a lot of clubs that don't do anything or do the bare minimum.
I mean, sometimes the bare minimum's fine.
I feel like do you think
I guess
there's like a fair competition?
The point is that I think the point is that that there's a large number of clubs that are really good, but they're good at their own thing, especially when it comes to like faculty awards or the innovation awards.
Like it's either you're good or not, because like the point of like the club is trying to reach like promoting the student life experience. If I'm like just coding what we had, like it's trying to include as many students as you can. And like a club, like according to by like when we look at their constitutions, they can't just pick a certain part of
they can't discriminate, but that doesn't mean they can't target. Like they have target demographics, like.
Yeah, well, you can have target demographics, but at the same time, like welcome everyone in like a very clear way.
Yeah, I mean, they're all. I mean, even the clubs that are like exclusive, or like even that are like engineering clubs or business clubs, they have students from other faculty, but they're very obviously like what they're good at is their own like faculty thing. Like the reason autonomous vehicles is so good is because of its engineering, and the reason like the political clubs are so good.
Towards that.
Yeah, engineering.
It's just an easy example because it's such a concrete thing.
Are you discriminating, Hassan?
No, I'm just saying it's a very concrete, like very like non-blurry example to use.
I mean,
because it's like a very, very engineering club. I wish the engineering teams like rocketry and formula were clubs so that they could apply. But they would also only really apply for the innovation engineering awards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like that, it's not a okay, I guess like it's a good award if there's competition around it. I feel like that's how we should look at it. If it's like an award that only like 3 clubs could relate to, I don't think that award should exist. I'm like maybe like innovation in something. If there's only like 3 clubs that could like only apply for that specific award, or just 2 clubs that can only apply for that specific award, it doesn't really make sense to open it for just 2 clubs.
Yeah, I think the only problem there was with the innovation engineering and the health awards, or actually mostly just engineering, because none of the engineering clubs actually are clubs with CVUO, so they couldn't apply for those awards.
So like it doesn't like by like supposedly taking it off, it doesn't mean that like we're kind of discriminating. It's just it doesn't make sense. Like there's no competition around it, and the point of the Student Life Awards is to have some sort of competition.
Hopefully we would get more engineering clubs in the future. So that's the ideal situation.
Like if you don't, like we could give like an appreciation to those clubs, like not open an entire.
I don't think we could do a faculty award without a whole faculty.
That's true too.
This is going on to like a philosophical discussion about like participation trophies.
Let's talk about when we lost the decorations box and like when we bought decorations.
Wait, let's.
That's like at the end.
Yeah, what happened in the beginning of winter? I remember we hired Rosie, or recruited Rosie for event coordinator. at the first
Yes.
club fair when we were promoting the SLA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Rosie was already like, I feel like she was
Yeah.
kind of a big help even before because like she was the bilinguals in person, but she was still helping us do stuff. So it was nice to have her on the team, like for real.
It's true.
Ooh.
So we got a 4-person events team. And then we had a whole week of promotions, and then we opened up the application process, I think.
That's when we started like keeping.
Wait, no.
Did I miss something?
I don't think we just opened up the application process. No, we wanted to open it up. I think it was like end of January, beginning of February, like something like that. It definitely wasn't like right at the beginning of the semester because we had to like make the nomination forms, which took absolutely forever.
Oh
It
yeah.
took a lot longer.
Oh
than we
yeah.
thought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Remember
god,
when you
yes.
like maxed out our drive storage or something?
Because
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, like it was honestly because like first we had to like decide if we were gonna use. I remember you were like, "Oh, let's use Jotform," and I was like, "Nah, like let's just use like Google
Form.
whatever it's called." Yeah, Google Form. But honestly, Google Form was like the good way to do it. And then I don't know how we collected it because I remember like some email accounts. I think the CVO one had like a max of like
Yeah, it
30
was on your
gigs,
UAuto
like that.
email, I think,
Yeah,
because that's
yeah,
unlimited
something like that.
storage. Yeah.
Like even oh wait, that's like later on. I remember like making the
Yo, you know what? I just remembered.
What?
Oh yes, Amina. Sorry, keep going.
I don't know, it's okay, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say before we did the nomination forms, we had to decide on the criteria, and that was like the most like
Yeah.
horrible.
Finalize
Yeah.
it, yeah. Because like
Was that-
we'd speak about it, but like we never really
Was that
finalized
actually
it.
in January? Did we do that in the fall or in January?
No, like because the
I think
fall
we
we had a
started
lot.
it.
We were doing it like the whole year. To be
That's
Yeah,
honest.
it feels like we were doing it for a very
Yeah.
long time.
We started like from the
Yeah.
summer. I remember like on the internal package there was like I think Claire wrote them. I remember like there were I remember the number 25 because that's like when we started, and like Claire just drafted the criteria and all. Like there was some sort of drafts there, like the descriptions and all. And like during the fall we'd want to get to it, but then the clubs conference happened, the clubs fair and the clubs week happened, and we just never got to it. And then like I remember like Claire insisted, she was like, it's time, we need to finalize that first before we move on to anything. That was like the de-stress of the second semester because it kind of like hit us. It was like what, January, and the Student Life Awards was supposedly happening in like
In
2
March.
months or 3 in March, exactly. And we were just like
So it was
behind.
possible to do it in 2 months.
Yeah, I guess. If it wasn't like for the clubs fairs and all, yeah, I think. But no, I don't think we should do it in 2 months.
Yeah, we ran into a problem, I guess, when we were about to open the form, is being like, how do we change these or how do we transfer these vague ideas of what we want the awards to be into questions,
Yeah.
bullet points.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we had to make them different too.
Yeah.
And we didn't know whether we wanted to be super strict or general or be have strict questions.
Yeah.
I'm visualizing us having these discussions, and all of them are happening super late at night.
Yeah, in the office, I remember.
I mean, that's what happens when you're full-time student and you're like, let me do some school, and now this is what to do.
Literally, I just imagine the lamp is on and the lights are off.
The
Kids
couch,
yelling.
was it comfort pit?
No, there was no discussions happening on the comfort pit.
I feel like you don't understand it, or to someone who's listening to this, they're like, what is it?
Yeah, they would not understand what a comfort pit is.
You guys have a comfort pit in your office?
John, you want to explain what a comfort pit is so that people visualize it?
Bizarre.
I think Claire should explain it. It was her idea.
Yeah, so
I don't want to
Claire do it.
Credit for it. Basically, we have I don't know what the IKEA name for it is, but it's this boxy couch from IKEA, and we have 2 of those in the office. And then we just I guess I put them together and put a blanket so that it'd be the seam in the middle wasn't as obvious. And honestly, many naps were taken there. And it's like more comfortable to sit in because you could like have your legs up completely. Anyways, it was comfortable and it was
Yeah.
Remember like how messy the office would get?
Yeah,
So messy.
so much dust.
That's true.
It's
And
okay, we should
lettuce.
probably negotiate with the cleaning staff to actually clean us every day and not just clean it once a week.
But like they would
Because
clean
you
it
got-
every other day. But the thing is, like, I think they would leave the trash out and they
No,
would like
they-
come in.
What happened was they actually clean all the offices every day.
Yeah.
But since we were in our office all the
Oh,
time,
they wouldn't come.
we had to tell them to we had to pick a day where they would come and we wouldn't be there, which was like Friday night or
And then
something.
we'd still be there.
And even then, yeah, we'd still be there. I mean, they loved it because it was less work for them, but like, not a great situation.
I think we just
have
need
like
to start
a-
cleaning up our own.
We should have like a curfew at the
If any
office.
Ottawa people are listening, we specifically told them not to come. They were not.
Yeah, we
being
told them. Yeah. Oh my God! Imagine that becomes
Switch to something. What were we talking about? Yeah, January, like the
January.
criteria of the awards and all.
Yeah. Even last minute, that we were still. I remember we were still making things specific,
Mhm.
turning into questions and stuff.
We were like, the focus was, to get over with that big, like, public stuff that was gonna, that we were gonna publish to students. And I remember, like, it was like, the beginning of, like, like the week before reading week during the winter. We're like, okay, we were done with all that stuff and we had to move on to hands-on things like decorations, like the food
Yeah.
and, like, the actual day.
Oh, that was like way later though. That was like in March.
No, it wasn't in March.
Talking
Like
about the actual
reading week.
day.
Like we were like planning the actual day. It was like during reading week. I remember like reading week we spent like I remember me and Claire would sit in the office like ordering all the decorations and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And like I had him final the next day and like
God.
that night that we just stayed up all night. And but like before I feel like there were a lot of things that were happening at the same time, like we were trying to finish that and like we were debating on like who was gonna be on the committees. That's when we actually started to think about that. We didn't contact them yet, but we thought about it.
First in January. January's when the applications open, right? Like end of January. And then we gave clubs like 2 weeks to apply, I think. or
No,
something like that.
they opened on February, like 7th or something like that.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm gonna check the calendar right now because
there's no way applications opened on
checking
January.
our
January would have
things.
been too early.
I think they opened in January, but then they went on until.
No, I think I don't know.
Only 2 weeks, right?
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
2
So it
weeks,
was
I think. Oh God. Yeah, the applications opened January 24th and ended on February 7th.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
What a time.
We actually announced. Oh, we were doing that. Yeah, okay. Everybody got their keys, and we were doing office hours. And then we had January 24th is when we announced that. Sorry, January 11th we announced that we're going to do an application thing. Then we did a clubs fair, promoted it.
And that's when we
Yeah.
had the physical award.
Yes, we had the physical award, in hand. Then we posted so much, and then applications open on the 24th.
When
Another
did we
clubs fair.
have the Eventbrite out? Was it like
That's
later
the
on?
end of January.
Oh, remember when you were considering like the last day when we got applications, we were considering opening up for the weekend or something.
Yeah, and then like the night of
Yeah, but then we were like, no, because
like the night of like before it closed, you received so many applications.
yeah,
That we just kind of like
we're like, nope, we're gonna stick to that. Then right after, actually, we announced how we're gonna do the selection and everything. So we had all that figured out, like like on February 9th, everything was figured out how we're gonna do the selections and who was on the committees. As we posted about it on February 9th, like who was on the primary selection committee, who was on the final selection committee, and how they were gonna pick.
yeah, the Winter
Yes, we
Clubs
had all
Fair
the
was
fun.
on January 30th. So yeah.
Wow, we had all that figured out pretty
Pretty
early.
Like trying to get the space booked.
Oh yeah, I feel like that's a whole other podcast just talking about clubs fairs.
We started promoting each like of the single awards started January 20th, which was like before. Oh yeah, we like tried to promote like all of the awards up to the day the application opened.
Yeah, but then we didn't do that. I just posted it all at the same time.
Oh yeah, kind of. Okay, yeah.
February 13th is when we had our. Well, it's a month from the event. We had our committee meeting, the first one.
Yeah, I remember that.
We said they'd be in there for 5 hours.
It was
Is that
6.
how long they were in there for? 6?
No, it was 6. Because I remember it was like 6:30. We were in CRX, so at 7 we wrapped everything up.
And then on Valentine's Day, February 14th, we announced our nominees. Like, we worked so fast, like a day apart.
That's true.
I mean, we got the nominees on the 13th, though.
Yeah, but then making all the graphics and translating everything.
Wasn't this like based on a vote?
It was. Oh yeah, this whole thing. There was a whole thing because we had a. What
With
did we
the
use?
Survey
We
Monkey
used,
thing. Survey
Survey
Monkey.
Monkey, yeah. And then everyone had to rank each question, and there was a score that came out at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
we posted about all the nominees, and then
So
we
wait.
announced.
the 2 weeks were 2 days apart, or 3 days apart.
No, they
It
were
was
like
so close.
Were they actually? No,
It was like a few days apart.
it was a few days, but it wasn't like.
It has
I
to
think
be
it was
like
like
a
a
week.
weekish. Yeah, it was a weekish.
Yeah, it was a week.
And
The crazy
no,
weeks.
it actually wasn't. I know, yeah, it was a week. And then 2 weeks from that, we announced Crazy Rich Students.
Was it 2 weeks? Not even.
Yeah, February from the 14th to the 20th is a week. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, it's a week.
I think what the heck, this timeline feels like it was so much longer. It's
Yeah.
happening so fast.
I mean, there's a
Because
lot
a
of
lot-
like 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
And I
That's
feel like this
true.
is really
Yeah.
dense. Because
Like
there's so
a
much
lot
happening.
happened during the winter. I feel like the whole event happened during the like the whole planning happened during the winter.
Like literally from February.
Hey guys,
7th.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna go 2 steps back again, but I just remembered the like the performers. I don't actually remember when we sent the first email,
That's true.
but yeah, we were like, oh, like submit your videos by like mid-January or something like that. That took a while. I think we sent them the first email like before the winter break though.
We did. I remember we did it to like give them the
Yeah,
winter
to
break to submit the like to
Yeah,
submit
we
the-
So like they're ready.
yeah.
And were those like because improv was one of the performers, right? And they had an
That
SLA
night?
themed event. That was
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
the nomination process.
It was
because-
like for like witness improv team win this award or something like that.
yeah.
It was a fun night. Actually, that was on March.
It couldn't have been. It had to be before the nomination
Really?
Mm-hmm.
because they weren't nominated.
Or maybe it was during the nominations.
Oh yeah, like during the
No, I
nomination.
think it was
been, yeah.
before.
No, I do think it was before as well. Because I remember we were like telling them to apply. I remember we talked to that guy. We were like, make sure to apply or something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now that I think about it, you're right.
Basically,
They were
from
at the-
February 7th to February 20th, we went through the whole selection process. Like nominations,
And the
applications.
winners.
It's like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was like 10 days even. Like if I like to be precise, like I think
And
it
then
was
there's
like
a big break from February 20th to March 5th where nothing is publicly happening.
I mean, there's like the Eventbrite, no?
Happening inside.
We sent out like the Eventbrite to clubs so that they register and stuff.
Yes, with the crazy rich students thing. That's what
Yeah, look at the backlash that we had.
it was.
Too bad compared to others.
Yeah, it was just one person who was.
Yeah,
like,
but it was like still like, and it is who was like someone like some people thought we were serious.
yeah,
like
that one
maybe-
person thought we were serious. And
Yeah.
they weren't happy that we were like exploiting students.
And like the
$10,000.
only reason to like, I feel like we should. This is a podcast. We should explain why we did that. It's
Yes.
not like
Well, we should explain what it is because I don't think
Yeah.
people know what that is. So basically, Claire had the events team, not me, had a great idea to make our ticket prices $10,000, that no one could buy them, and that only the clubs who were nominated could get them because they had a discount that would make it free for them.
Mhm.
We posted on our Instagram Claire's beautiful graphic, which was a parody of like the Crazy Rich Asians movie. It was like
crazy
crazy,
rich students.
crazy rich students, and they're like, buy your ticket, link in bio, it's $10,000. And then some people thought that was real and it was not a joke, and they thought we were like trying to make students pay $10,000 to come to our like university event, and they got a little upset because it's not very equitable to ask students to pay for $10,000.
Of course.
There
was like $1,000. There was
That's what we're
like
talking about.
10,000. But
Yeah, it was 10. Yeah, we were like, oh no, someone's gonna pay 1,000, so we should make
like if
something
someone
crazy.
did, it was so fun.
No, actually, because I'm reading this, we were too scared to put the link. We were like DM for ticket link because we were like, oh, someone's gonna pay $10,000.
We put like $65 at first, and we thought that was a lot. You know, like we thought, okay,
yeah,
I remember, like $65,
like,
people are not gonna buy it.
Yeah, but then we got scared, and then Lwam like changed it last minute to 10,000.
I think like it was just like a joke, or like we were just playing around with the number.
I think we underestimated how badly people wanted to come.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no one's gonna pay $60 to come.
Exactly.
But then literally people in Steam were like, I'll buy $60 ticket right now.
And then we had to like put it up. It was like one of those like.
That was funny. I like enjoyed that.
Because like, that's when I was like, oh, things are perfect, smooth. No, let's, throw in something in the mix.
Because things are definitely not perfect, I feel like.
But like, I feel like,
this was like, oh, we haven't even talked about Claire's spreadsheet for this.
Which one?
Oh. The very first one where we got the 150 applications.
Oh, and like color coding and stuff.
Yeah, and like trying to figure out what clubs were applying twice or applying 3 times.
Yeah.
And then, oh god, we did that in one night though. Powered through.
The majority of it.
To be honest, yeah, you guys did that in one night, and like I don't know how, but honestly, for something that was done in one night, was done in one night, you guys did a great job. Even like the spreadsheet and stuff, like it might not have been perfect, but it was still very doable. You know.
It also highlighted a bunch of like other stuff or like problems like within the system, because like there were clubs that were like by grad students that were like being and we're like, hold up, what?
It's actually weird. That whole relationship, I mean, you have to figure out, or like you might already know.
What?
Like, what is the relationship with graduate clubs and USU? Because they used to be part of the SFUO or something.
No, they're no longer. There's the grad student association, so it's just that handles grad students, and we handle undergrads. That's it.
Yeah, that's what it was. But then some lady last year, she was like, "Oh no, we're like grad clubs just be part of SFUO or USU because it's a lot easier that way or something."
No, they're not. Like with the clubs code, you saw it. It says undergrad.
Yes. Anyways, that's separate. Yeah, that happened. And then Lwam made that big document with some like Google Sheets magic. I think that was
applications.
Yeah.
Age of the automated email.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
Also, that was like
the big Eventbrite emails that went out to everyone to like personalize.
Oh, that was so funny.
When I like sent that email by accident. Yeah.
Wait, what did the email have again? I don't remember.
Well, the first email Lwam sent was with her personal email. And what did you say? Like, does it work?
No, it says it works.
Because basically when I was coding it and all, I just took whatever like Hassan did and I was working on that. And so whatever title that he had was the title of my email. So he had this ridiculous title. I still have no clue what it is. And then it's sent to everyone. And I got a lot of emails back from people. But it didn't like there was no like content within the email. So it was all good.
There was something funny about it. It was like, I think the Lwam, like you wrote, it works in capitals or something. And
yeah, it was like, is it working? Question mark. Because like
it says in all caps. It was in all caps. It says it all finally worked. Huzzah!
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And everyone received it.
Thing is, no one received it from CVUO. They received it from Lwam's personal email.
But here's the thing: they responded, and like, had you like sent something that was important in that email and that you wanted clubs to see, they would have seen it.
They would have known, yeah.
Yeah, like, and like maybe that's the way to go. Like, if
I was
to see something.
Oh man, I really wish it was something like she was swearing or something. It would have been really funny. But that was super useful. The whole automation. Now we're using it for like clubs review and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, where are we at?
Yeah, I feel like even in the future, like we might like find other like cool things to help out. You know,
Yeah.
we'll
Things
see.
that automatically create spreadsheets.
Sorry.
Oh, I know something that create. Oh, you know, like Colin is really good at this stuff. We found something that's called Zapier or something. I think it's called Zapier, and like it handles automations, right? So, like instead of you just like code in it or whatever, Zapier just does every application. It would turn it into like I don't know, like a Trello card, or you can do whatever you want with it. Basically, anything that you want to be automated. It's actually really good.
Okay. Then Bardier made that video. That's the next thing we posted.
But yeah, wait, that was also like the time when like we were just mostly talking about the student life awards with the execs. Like,
yeah, that was
every
yeah.
like
We weren't doing
meeting
much.
with yeah. So like we would just that was like the time when we had to update everyone on this is what you could like this is what you'll be doing. This is even like as roles wise, I think that's when, we decided who was gonna be an MC.
Because at this point we're 3 weeks away from the event.
Yeah, and like that's like 3 weeks away from the event. Yeah. We had already spoke about roles and stuff.
Yep. I think the biggest thing that was going on was the ticket sales or the ticket purchase. People getting tickets.
Thing was like, because we had already ordered like the food and stuff, and already had like a set plan of like how, I guess not a set plan, but an idea of how it was gonna go. But then we started getting like food sensitivities and like accessibility requirements. It's like, oh damn, wait, we need to kind of go back.
Oh yeah, the vegetarian options and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yogurt and lettuce. I had to mention it before someone does it.
Someone in this chat, in this podcast, decided that for appetizers we would have lettuce and yogurt.
And Claire just didn't want to judge me because she said, but maybe in the culture they like that.
Too nice to shut her down.
That's true.
Hey, I didn't know, and I wasn't out to be like, if you're like, oh, I grew up eating this.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
What did we replace? Just like, what did we replace? What was the appetizer situation gonna be like?
Costco things.
It was like crackers,
like a cheese platter, something like that.
Yeah, cheese platter and
like chips,
some fruits and veggies and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna all go pick that up on the day of.
Yes. Oh, we had like a Costco trip to do. Yeah. We had, Pili that we had to take the food from.
So many things could have gone wrong with that.
So many things. I was so proud.
We had like so many things delivered.
Oh my goodness. That would have been, oh man, we missed out on that. That
how much brownies were left in the office?
You mean in our stomachs?
And the bags of chips. Was it like there was cinnamon
roll things? Brownies.
Yeah. I mean, we got to eat though, so that's pretty cool.
Thank goodness we didn't buy all that fresh stuff like the day before.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. That would have been terrible.
And like the centerpieces, how we had to hand make them, and the flowers.
Yeah.
At least those you can like reuse.
Well, let's talk about the decorations first. So we ordered the decorations in Reading Week. It was a big Amazon purchase, and they came in, and then they were in a box.
Oh wait, was this the box of decorations that was like shipped to the wrong house, or is that something else?
Yeah,
that was the one that was shipped to the wrong house.
Stuff. No, that was conference stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
I remember we were doing it last minute, and I was like, "Don't buy online last minute because things can go wrong."
And
eventually went right. So.
It did.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, context. We need like.
Yes. Okay. Well, not the conference, but for this, there was the decorations that we ordered for the event, and basically we had to make all the decorations, right? Because we didn't have the budget to like.
Even like the photo booth stand thing. Remember?
Was that in there? Wait, what?
Yeah. Like, like
it did not look cute.
Yes.
That was like our initial plan because we didn't have the sponsorships money yet until later, and we wanted we had Mishi and the team and Brody and Chris, and we thought okay we're gonna like DIY our own photo booth, and I remember we got it, and it was like too short for Evan. I was like, okay, if it's too short for Evan, then it's just.
I mean, Evan's an exception.
But like
Be
we tried to
honest.
take pics with it, it just looked awful. Like,
I'm sure you guys
taped it
didn't
and
like
everything.
throw that box out just to get a new one.
No, we
No.
returned that specific item, and like even like later on we realized the entire box was missing.
Yeah, we left. What happened? We left the box. We have an office in and we have an outside space, and we left the box in the outside space.
Right beside the garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just a cardboard box with a bunch of stuff in it, and then it was gone all of a sudden.
The thing is, it was like we didn't realize when it was gone until
Yeah, we
it
didn't.
was like we didn't realize when it was gone. You know, we always like just thought in the back
Oh
of
my
our
God.
minds that it was always in the office.
I
for
also
some
remember
reason.
this conversation. It was again at very late in the day.
Like I don't know, like I don't remember how like we just realized, hey, have you seen the box of decorations?
And everyone's like, yeah.
And like I
that's
feel
it.
like
Oh, yeah.
everyone just assumed that everyone else knew where the box was, so that's why we didn't ask.
At least we did inventory. I think me and Rosie were doing inventory,
Yeah.
and then we're like, hold up. Inventory?
Oh no.
And like remember when we like had that big table like in the office that way, you know, we could DIY all the
Yes. Then we
centerpieces
ordered
on.
all new decorations, right?
But like we had like first we went to like the security office to like fill out
Yeah.
a missing like decorations box report. We like I remember you know it was like during a weekend we had Ronnie open all the surfaces so that we can look like in their offices.
That feels like it was reading week. Why does it feel like it was reading week?
It's
'Cause I
not
wasn't
even a week,
there.
it was a weekend.
No, it was during the weekend. Yeah.
It was like
Oh,
a
okay.
Saturday or Sunday. Because like the campus was
Yeah.
like
Oh.
empty. And yeah, and I think, you know, was it like 2 weeks or something before the event? It was like super close and like thank God for Amazon Prime.
But also, Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
Jeff-
And all
Don't buy
those
on
checks
Amazon.
that we needed Ronnie to write.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. We haven't even talked about that. And like the quote stuff, we needed 3 different quotes for the food and
That was
the
ridiculous.
cutlery and all that stuff.
Oh, and like how we had to like buy a lot of things separately, like the cutlery and like the renting of the plates and all, and then like what was it like party time? What did we get
Yeah.
from them again?
Like the service stuff, like bowls even.
Yeah, and there's like you know the big CVUO balloons or like SLA balloons,
Remember? We Oh yeah, because damn it.
and like what was it called? You know the tanks, like the helium tanks.
Remember when we were gonna we
Yeah.
were thinking about cleaning all the cutlery after the event?
Yeah. Oh my God. That was, and like we had to ask like it was like you know one of the last questions that we needed an answer for. Like, did they need the like cutlery clean or not?
Well, then it was a no, right? We were not
Yeah.
gonna clean it.
Yeah, but like we had to still.
I feel like
empty
it
the
would have been
plates,
really funny if after a whole spectacular event, we were just like washing
clean your
dishes.
dishes.
In hindsight, that'd be so bad because it was like the start of the coronavirus. You know,
Oh
all
my
the-
God.
Honestly.
oh, let's clean all of these
Yeah, it
like
would've been-
dishes that's been in people's mouths.
Been terrible.
There was like
Um,
but like we did end up eventually getting the CVO stamp. I don't know how. Like someone was against it, or like you know, like I think Kira was like panicking at some point about the budget because we were spending a lot, and I was like,
Yeah.
it's $40. And then I don't know how we ended up doing it at the end, but we did
I feel like we were at this point we were just like spending money actually
because we got the
Without-
sponsorships money.
without actually like tallying it down anywhere. I feel like that was the most year, but now it's like at a higher pace. And then we had no idea where we were in the budget. Like even I remember like talking to Sam from Yosu, and he was like, "How are you guys still in budget? Because like no one knows." But we were though. Like we had, stress spending. We had like a general idea of where we were. I feel like, but
Like
So
at
we were-
like the last minute, we were adding like other expenses. For example, like the photo booth. We were like,
that
it's
was
just
what-
$800. Let's just
Well,
do it.
Well, that's because we got the sponsorship money like last minute when we had already planned everything, so we didn't even know what to do with the extra like $5,000, $6,000.
I feel like you know, like the messy thing. Like we we were like dealing with like different people, like there were a lot of companies, like even like for the centerpieces, like the
Yeah.
base, like the mirror bases, like we had to like get it from someone else, like from, was it like it was like from someone that was like on Facebook or whatever. And
Wait, really? What?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
remember?
you got it. Amena got off the Facebook Marketplace.
A Facebook
I didn't know
Market,
that.
yeah.
That's really cool. That's amazing.
And, like there was a lot of things that were delivered the day
I remember
before.
calling it the most Walmart gala.
Oh yeah.
Like,
did we not announce, by the way, like
and-
the giveaways?
Oh yeah, we also did. We never announced the giveaways. Wait, did we? No, we did. Remember? Because we did. We did announce. We announced to everyone coming. Remember? Yeah, we did. Because remember, Lwam, your friend was asking.
But we never announced what the giveaways were. I'm saying like we didn't announce them now.
Oh yeah, because we're not giving them away.
Yeah. We're not?
No, well, not yet. We have to think of something what to do with them. Basically, we'll probably give them out at the conference or something if we do a club's conference.
Yeah, you have to say what are the prizes that we had for the giveaways.
We had a Polaroid camera, which is the big prize.
With the like prints, like the Polaroid
things that were the pictures on.
Yeah.
We had some Starbucks gift cards.
I think it was either Starbucks or Subway.
Yeah, something in the middle of those two things.
Speakers? Are you kidding? You forgot to put speakers.
Those were our giveaways that we never got to do.
And the sunglasses, for like based on the Crazy Rich.
No, it wasn't. Wait, are we allowed to say that? It wasn't based on the Crazy Rich thing. We just bought Gucci glasses because.
In memory of a very important era.
Yeah, some Ottawa history for those that know, but they were fake. They weren't real. We didn't spend any money on the real glasses.
Technically spent some money.
I guess we did spend some money.
We also had volunteers, remember? We were going to have our volunteers.
Yeah, actually right before that we announced, I think Barty and Chris made their photos. Then we had, I think, the volunteers got them all presents.
Like the meeting of the meeting of during the week of the SLA. We had
2 weeks before.
It was not
the week before. It was the week. Oh, that was the week of. Yep.
That was the week of.
We just decided not to do work, and I was pretty stressed about that. Not gonna lie.
That's true.
But
it was
fun, not like
man.
it mattered in the end, I guess. I'm just taking the entire week off.
Are we gonna jump straight to the day when we found out the SLA was
That's actually the
canceled?
The next post we made after all that was the day before. We were like, we have to make sure people know that it's still happening, and then we posted about our presenters.
And then we started receiving emails. Yeah.
Yeah, people were canceling. They're like, "Oh, I don't want to come because COVID."
And so sad. It was till we wake. I think it was at noon or 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And I called you and I was like, Hassan, it's gonna get canceled. And you're like, no, it's not. Don't worry about it. And until I finally convinced myself that it wasn't gonna get canceled, you went in with Jason and Menno.
Basically, my thought process was.
Wait, could we clarify for the people listening, if anyone's still listening, that the SLA was supposed to happen on Saturday, March 14th. And so we're talking about Friday, March 13th, which is the day before. And then all the schools got canceled on March 16th. Yeah.
Well, so basically what happened was we had the first COVID case in on the Wednesday of that week or something in Ottawa. And then we were like, oh no, what's going to happen? But my thinking was if the university stays open, the event will still happen because it's happening at the university. What we didn't anticipate was that UOSU would also cancel events, because on the Saturday the university was still open. I was like, if the university's open, if conventions
they were okay with us doing it.
Yeah, conventions would give us the keys. I was like, why would we cancel it if everything is going according to plan? In hindsight, I feel like we should have canceled it regardless, because it would have been a horrible situation if someone there was infected and stuff. But we were still gonna make it happen, and then Jason was like,
We
"Hassan,
were
we
like
talk."
so in the mood because we were like ready. Like everything was
Yeah,
ready.
literally, yeah. We all showed up to the office at like in the afternoon, and we're like doing last minute things.
Like the big
Picking up-
stuff was ready, and like we were just gonna pick up the last minute things that we were supposed to
Yeah.
pick up the day before, and that's it.
Yeah, but then unfortunately, then like it was like 1 p.m. ish, where it was like Jason was like, "Nope, we can't do it no matter what," because US still has a responsibility to its
We had a
students.
really long meeting with them, and we were anxiously waiting in the office.
Yeah, it felt like it flew by really fast.
Yeah, no, and then like I remember like you came to the office and said it's not gonna happen, and I didn't believe you. I thought you were kidding.
Imagine I was just lying.
Ha ha ha! Pranked you all.
Prank to y'all guys. It was never even supposed to be canceled.
We had so many events the last night. I remember I picked up like the red carpet, and I was like,
That was the day before, right? That was,
it was on Friday.
Yep, it was on Friday.
I picked up something on Friday.
No, I
It was the
remember,
carpets.
no, the carpets. Remember, wasn't that with Zach and like that was on Thursday, I think.
Maybe I did something on Friday.
Yeah, you were definitely picking up something because you weren't there at the office on. And if you're not at the office, you're definitely picking up
I
something.
think it was like some helium
Yeah,
test
me
or
too. I was
something.
picking up something. I don't remember what.
I remember I went with Amena to the school mail place.
Yeah,
Pick up the forget what we were picking up too, honestly.
it was like the booklets. No, was it
No.
booklets? No, it was something else.
We spent $600 on those booklets like on what, Thursday or Wednesday?
And we just
Ridiculous. Like because we were so last minute, we had to do like a 1 day printing thing. Oh my
But we were
goodness.
gonna give like one booklet to like each person. That was insane.
And then
like we
Yeah, then
like,
we
we
couldn't
didn't
do
print
that.
out the full like
Yeah, and they were like, let's give it
number.
like 2 per club or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like one print.
Expensive.
It was 3 per table or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're so expensive. But they were
Yeah.
nice. They're so nice.
They are really nice. I still have some.
That's when we got the stamp. Like
Oh,
for the
gotcha.
entrance.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
all these
The
things that were just coming
V-stamp.
together.
Oh, that's where I went. Oh yeah, the day I don't know if it was a Thursday or the Friday. I went and picked up the stamp from one Staples,
Yeah.
and I went and picked up the papers from the other Staples. I don't know if it was that day though.
I think it was on
that
Friday.
was Friday. Because I remember you had your car and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, damn, I remember like that morning. I was, and then you came in, and I think there was me, Kira, Emily. I think was there too.
No, I remember Kira was there. I remember Claire and you. Eventually Rosie and Lwam. No,
I remember I was
there
on the
before
phone
as
with
well.
Ume the
Yeah.
whole time. Like, damn. And then we
That
had
was
a
tough.
depression nap on the comfort pit, in the comfort pit.
What was the comfort? Was the comfort bit already made before then?
Yeah.
Were you already in comfort mode?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
You know why? Because I was already in the office doing work, like some last minute work,
Oh yeah.
and the couch was like still fine.
Oh man, there was a lot of it. Like, it was such a feel good day in the morning, and then it just.
Yeah, but like remember that silence that was in the office when it was canceled? It was just done.
I remember. I expected I remember Claire or Kira and Claire were like, "No, we're still gonna do it," even though Yosu was like, "No." But
I just cried, to be honest. And like it didn't hit you, Hassan, at first. You're like, yeah, it's not gonna hit me now.
I was expecting I don't know. I feel like in my life I always get saved last minute, so I was expecting some miracle to happen where they're like, "Corona isn't real."
Yeah. It literally felt like a movie, didn't it? Like just like watching
Yeah.
it, being like, oh, you can't do it, and you're like, oh, something's gonna happen. It's gonna turn around.
It's like literally the scene where me and Amina walk into the mail place seems like such a happy moment, and then
Yeah,
I
it
come
was
back
like
and
it's
it's just
happening.
done.
No,
CVUO the movie.
Honestly.
that whole thing was like I was already like 100% sure that it wasn't gonna happen, but you kept insisting. Like you had my spirit. Like you
I
lifted.
did. I was literally insisting to everyone. I was like, "We're gonna make it happen."
And I
'Cause
thought I was
didn't
like,
want you guys to
I
stop,
trust
just
Hassan.
give
He'll
up.
be in the meeting. He's gonna convince them. It's gonna happen. Don't worry. And
You
then,
know, I honestly feel like honestly though, I feel like maybe I could have convinced Jason. Maybe, but Minot was like super dead set. She was like, "There's no way this is happening." And she was like signaling to Jason to be like, just tell him no and tell him to leave.
and And then the thing is, we were like, oh, we're just gonna postpone it. No. And then we said, oh, it's gonna happen. I feel like that was like the thing that kept me moving. Like, yeah, it's gonna happen, just not now. And then we realized, when the hell is it gonna happen if it's not now?
I guess I never actually expected it to happen. I guess. I mean, what is it? It's gonna happen this summer when no one's there.
I mean, I had to, and like, bro, I remember the disappointment in everyone's faces. Like when we told everyone, I remember Elaine was like so sad too, and she didn't believe it. She was like, "No way! Like, is it really canceled?" I don't know what happened. I knew I was so tired those days because I remember like.
Was that the same day we went to the nail place?
No, it was the next day.
No, I think it was the same day.
No.
Was
Oh,
it?
you guys went on Friday, I think, and then we're too late.
Yeah, but then we were too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's true. And then
I feel
went
like
the next day.
it's so weird for so many things to happen in one day. Now it's like nothing happens every day.
That's true. And then the SY
Then we did a mini SLA at an undisclosed location.
It was a team social. We did Dundee's.
And then we did our video, and that was that.
Yeah, you guys pulled the dummies together pretty quick.
Yeah, I was so impressed by that.
Yeah.
But then like we had a period of just like, you know, we were just busy eating all the food from the office. Remember, like we just like gather in the office and just eat all the food like that we can.
Yo, there's still in tea and sugar to make hot coffee.
Ah, true.
Yeah. Those were like the good days. Like, at some point we were still allowed, like we would still come to the office like once every.
I think we only came like twice. I mean, we had the Saturday thing and the Sunday thing because we had to clean up afterwards. And then I think there's only one more time where we had like Popeyes, and that was it.
Yeah.
Popeyes, but like another day when Kira's mom came.
That was
Sunday.
Oh yeah, that was Sunday when we were.
I remember her coming and being so surprised that we were there.
Oh man.
But then the Netflix watch party started.
Yeah.
Was that what I was in Ottawa? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You know, we still like had to make sure that we had, you know, like I remember like there was one week when we'd have Netflix parties every night.
It was just really weird to go from like every day CVUOing and then to like not CVUOing at all or like doing anything at all. But
oh, that was sad. That day. And like I think like I don't know if someone made the joke about like the Friday 13th. I feel like someone did at some point. They were like, and I was like, yeah, that's just like, you know, like can you imagine if that was real?
There were so many things happening. I don't even remember that being a thought. Like that it was Friday the 13th.
I swear it didn't ever come up at the beginning.
Yeah.
Not like the day before it was Friday the 13th.
Damn it. We played ourselves. We should have done March 21st. Oh no, that's terrible too. March 7th. We should have done March 7th.
You know, like the Thursday, like on Thursday, like we spent the night like just gluing ribbons to those.
Yeah,
like,
Thursday and when I was there. I remember both. You, me, and Evan were there.
And then once with Bardia and his girlfriend and.
Yeah, just like putting that together. Oh, that was such a just the build up with no like climaxes. Terrible story writing.
I feel like everything happens for a reason though. And maybe the SLA was going to go and be absolute trash. You never know.
Yeah, that's possible. I feel there's a lot of things.
Fun.
Yeah.
Look, things going bad is like CVO's signature. We just wing everything.
Or like at least like have some, you know, chaos. I feel like we missed out on that because I feel like next year it'll be like a lot more organized.
Organized. We're like saying that as if it's like, oh no, we don't want to be organized.
Yeah, because that's just like so professional.
Yeah, like this year there was a lot of first times too, and like I think that was the fun of it. You know, the fact that we were literally doing everything for the first time, and we had no idea whether it was gonna work or not, and we just like had to pick something.
Yeah, we were not qualified.
Definitely not.
I mean, I don't think anyone's still qualified, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's not a
'cause,
real thing.
There's levels to it.
that's
Yeah, I
true.
guess. There's also like now there's knowledge, and then everything's already set up, and there's
Yeah,
nothing else to
exactly.
do while we're sitting at our house, just doing nothing else. No club fairs to plan, no conferences.
Like by the end of like by the beginning of the winter, we were like, oh, it's just a Cubs fair, easy peasy. And he was like, it's some things were like just easy to do, and other things were like,
That's the SLA now. It's just a clubs fair planned
yeah,
in like
just a
overnight.
Cubs fair. This is,
Hey guys, I
Um,
have a question.
yeah.
Do you think that that this whole like pandemic is going to affect what the SLA will be like next year or like this coming year?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Not in a good way either.
In what way?
Because
in
like
what
no
way?
clubs are doing events in the fall. Because if everything's closed in the
Yeah.
fall. I know
I
like
mean, there's
some big
such an
clubs.
online events.
Do you think the
Pardon?
SLA is ever gonna happen?
Yeah, even if that it might not even happen in the winter because like because it's a big event,
Yeah.
right? Like 300, 500 people in one place. Is that going to be allowed by March? I don't know.
Like even then, like Hassan, because like you're I don't know. Hopefully, I guess you're
Yeah, like,
graduating.
with
and,
my
like
grad-
this is your
yeah.
last year.
Ah,
Like
the
would it
worst.
ever happen? Like with you being president of
I'm
CVUO?
terrible. I feel like I'm still like more hurt about last year than I would be about next year.
Yeah.
Because like now I'm like expecting, like I have some thought that it won't happen. Like it's like it's whatever. But last year, 2 years of planning or 2 years of thinking of it at least,
Yeah.
and then it was taken away on the last day.
To like have it
I feel
canceled.
like if it was like in February, I would have some time to be like, okay, I guess we didn't do all these
Get
things,
over it.
waste our time.
It's like when you have a dream and you're waking up like right as the best part's about to
Yeah.
happen.
Oh.
That's exactly. And I remember like Hassan was like, "Oh, I can't believe like I would always speak about the SLA, and it's actually
God.
finally happening."
Yeah,
Because like to
literally,
you,
I
it was just
kept
like an
saying
idea.
that. Oh my
And like
god.
it's also like it was more of like you're like, how are like these people just like doing like moving forward with an event that I just like it was kind of like something that you
I
just
was
wanted to
literally
happen.
in shock that it was happening, and then the super
And
shock
you're
that
like,
it
"That's
didn't
more like
happen.
it."
Like complete opposite end of emotions.
Yeah, I was super depressed. I remember, like, I was really depressed. And the thing is, like, I remember how, like, my parents would be so mad of how much time I'd spend in the office. Like, cause I you'd lie to your mom and tell her that, like, you weren't doing CVU work and, like, all those nights. Like, remember there was like that one night, after we had that dinner at my place, and we just like stayed up all night in the office talking
Oh my
about.
god.
We were
Things we
talking
should not
about
be talking
members of the
about.
committees.
What?
Yeah, that was exactly what we were talking about.
Oh
like,
yeah.
And like why this person should be on this committee and why they shouldn't.
That's definitely not what I remember from that conversation.
What do you remember?
Hmm.
Okay, I don't want to know.
Other
That is,
Anyways,
I don't know how much of this is gonna be edited, guys. Be
No,
careful.
it's done.
some things are better.
Anyways.
Anyways.
But like it's just like it goes to say that like that's why I was so pissed because we were like all so passionate about this event and we put in so many hours and it was just canceled just like that. The afternoon before the event.
That shit hurted.
I think like who else cried?
Well,
I know I cried. I think Kira cried too. We were all so sad. And like Evan came like with a positive attitude, saying, "No, we're still gonna have it. We're gonna dress up and we're gonna." And like remember how like we had to like choose, like help each other pick what we'll be wearing, and then you got what did you get like a suit or something?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a week or two before. I had a suit and everything. I never ended up returning that suit. Now I just have that suit.
Really? I thought you did.
No, because Simon never opened until like a week ago.
And I remember like I went with Lwam to shop for her dress, and me and Claire, and then like I think it was me, Claire, and Omei, and even Lwam. I think when we went to Winners.
Well,
Days.
this has been going on for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, people don't know. Don't need to know
I know
about
further
that.
now.
So what did we learn?
If anyone's still watching, congratulations.
You've accomplished that. You
Pardon?
can chat if you want, if you've gotten to this point. Anyways.
What would you guys say is like the biggest thing you would change with planning it next year, if you're planning it again next year?
I'd say.
Not so much DIY, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was gonna say.
I feel like that was
took
like a lot
hours.
of our stress was on that. Yeah, we could save so much time and stress by not doing things ourselves. A lot.
Yeah.
And I know you guys want chaos, but we're like there
I
will be
didn't touch
okay.
any of that,
This is what I don't understand. Like, I know you guys want chaos, but like even if we got other like people to do things for us and we don't DIY stuff,
Yeah.
it's still gonna be chaotic. Like the day will still be chaotic. I can assure you. So
I feel like nothing would
I'd
have
say
ever
let's do
matched the chaos of serving the food ourselves.
Yeah, that's
Like, that
definitely
would've
something
been
that I'm
yeah.
glad we didn't get to do.
Oh no, I'm so upset we never got to do it. It would have been such an
you
amazing
were
thing to
just the
see.
host. You weren't manually doing it.
It would have been such a fun thing to see, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel
Either
like we
go
also
wrong
would
or
have,
right. It would have been great either way.
I feel like we also would have gotten a lot of like people, because like for example, I know we were planning on having hand sanitizer there, but then we'd have to get like masks and gloves and stuff, and like I don't even think we thought of that. So I think we're just
Well,
gonna
yeah,
go
I
in like
mean,
our bare hands,
not
our breath all over
factoring in
food.
COVID.
We did. We had gloves. We were ready
We
for that.
did.
Yeah.
I feel
Hand
like people have been
sanitizers?
like,
I don't
yeah,
think so.
I feel like next year, if
Yeah,
we do the
I
shop center, we should let them let us serve the food just for the experience.
No.
Shop center's a scam because you have to pay so much money to do outside food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to get their food, but I mean, just serving it itself.
The plates out of like the waiter's hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Shop center is too much money though. That's what I'm like thinking back on. Is that like I remember when we had like Omar from LCC come and talk to us, and he's like, "You guys are paying for like tablecloths. We got them like for free with a sponsorship." And I'm like, oh
Actually?
wait, yeah.
Mm.
And he was like, "Why are you
Yeah.
spending so much money on these things?" So that's
Mhm.
also another point is that even though DIY is really expensive.
Yeah.
I wonder if, like, with the Shaw Center, if like they already have their own decorations and stuff like that.
Like I think like that would be one of the things that I would change. Like I would do differently with the SLA. Just have like one company do most of the stuff instead of like just going around picking stuff up. Like even like decorations, if you can like have a company for decorations, like handle everything else, just one place that has everything. Like a venue that has AV and even food if we could, that'd be good.
Or even just like sponsorships for those things.
Yeah.
Because like if you go like full on no discount, it adds up really fast.
That's true. It's like account for
I
like
also think it's
gas
a
and oh god. Lwam quad.
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't realize that y'all were still okay. Anyways, I think because I remember like last year, like we said, like we didn't really do much in the fall, but I feel like there's so much that we could prepare in the fall, so winter could be like so like a lot more smoother. You know, like even like online with like the nomination forms and Eventbrite and picking people, picking performers and stuff like that. We could do that like way ahead of time.
Yeah, I
Especially
agree.
like now, like because now we don't have any other events to plan. I was thinking, especially now, since we don't have any other events to plan, we can get a lot of that done if like as soon as we get started.
And people are like already available. Like who would plan like ahead of time on that day and be like, "Oops, sorry, I'm busy on that day."
Clubs are actually already planning their big events for next year. Like they start early.
Yeah, but like there's also that, and like I think the whole like decorations, everything we could do in like in the fall. Like during the winter, we could just focus on
Just relaxing.
face masks, and like just the application process. And like even then, I feel like well, I mean like we need to like we get a pass for this year because we were doing everything for the first time. And like for next year, there would be like sure some tweaking, but like the future events team won't be like the current events team. I guess won't be like doing everything from scratch. They have like something to work with.
Oh yeah, I think we didn't even talk about like the whole actually creating the whole selection process because that was the whole thing. remember we were like discussing if we're gonna do a vote or if we're gonna do
Oh,
like a
yeah.
ranking system, and what was the benefits of what.
Yeah.
Because like I know like other universities, they don't have such a complex like process where they just usually have like one person just picks, or it's a vote or something like that.
Yeah, I don't even remember how we came up with 3 committees instead of just one.
The first one made sense. Like,
Yeah.
The first one we didn't call the committee for a while.
But like the second one and third one, I don't remember how did we talk about separating the two.
I actually really like our process. The 3-step
Me
process.
too, but there's like it has some downs. Okay, like it's still like just one meeting. I feel like there could be like better ways to do it instead of just one meeting. Because like this year we had 150 applications. Next year, how long do you think the meeting's gonna take next year?
Oh yeah, no, I would definitely think of having 2 nomination meetings.
Yeah.
I remember I talked like this with Claire, but like the way the Oscars pick their awards is it's just a vote with people in the industry. So like directors pick their best director, and then people who made the best actors pick their best actor and stuff like that. And we could do that, but with clubs where like engineering clubs pick their best engineering club, and then the science clubs pick the best science club, and the philanthropic clubs pick the best.
But then in that case, there's such a huge like conflict of interest there.
What do you mean?
Like, the purpose, like the point is that there's kind of that conflict because like if you're director, you know what to expect from the director. Kind of. But go on.
Wait, sorry. What did you say?
Me?
Yeah.
Wait, Lwam, you can continue your point because I'm not really sure what you were getting at.
No, okay, so Hassan was saying how like for example, you're talking about like the engineering awards, so like engineering clubs will like come together and decide the winner, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then they're already nominated, so why wouldn't they pick themselves?
Well, not all of them are nominated, right? I mean, obviously you're gonna pick yourself no matter what, but then the people who are not nominated would tip the scale.
Yeah, I guess it could work, except for
it'd
like
just be impossible to like
don't have a lot of.
No, the hardest part would be just verifying who's voting and like, are they a engineering student that's in a club? What qualifies a person in the club? That would be probably the most difficult part.
I don't know. I think even then, like they're like, oh, a lot of people have friends in different clubs and stuff like that. I think it would be very chaotic to do that.
Yeah.
It takes us back to like when we were like trying to pick like who were the members of each committees and like how like, it was impossible to pick someone like in the sense of we should pick someone who was familiar with clubs and who was part of clubs, but at the same time they would be biased because they were part of clubs and they would definitely pick their clubs if they were if they applied.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of just brings us to that long night of that one conversation.
I think for the nominations committee, it wasn't a huge problem because there were so many of them that even if like one of them had a bias to like their club, if the club was still bad, there was like 7 other people that'd be like, nah, I'm not voting for your club just because you're in it.
Yeah. Oh,
I think it was a problem to file today, though.
Yeah.
I think that's also like about your idea. Okay, wait. How do I want to phrase this? Okay, so basically, let's say if people from let's just say like Telfer, for example. So like let's say if like people from Telfer clubs who like I guess weren't nominated or didn't nominate themselves for anything were voting on the business award or whatever. So then they kind of like I remember we were talking about when it came to the selection process, we were talking about how people would like think like would go outside of the like what they put in the nomination form, if that makes sense. And like for example, Telfer clubs, they know a lot about what goes on in Telfer, right? So then they would kind of have like outside knowledge when it came to voting. I think it'd be just like a lot, but I do see the point and like how like
no, that's actually the idea is because they do have the knowledge. That's why they would have a better judgment on which club to pick for. They wouldn't be in this idea. There wouldn't be no application process where it's like you have to. Yeah, because clubs. The idea is that the people voting already know about the clubs they're voting for. That's the whole.
I feel like there's so much more room for bias though. Like a lot more room.
It kind of ended up being a bit of a popularity contest.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we also saw that with like the services one, where it's like whichever service had more people come into their office got the votes.
I think like that's what.
Well, to
like,
be honest, the services one kind of made sense.
sure. And we also like had
Although-
to take off CVUO. Like we have to mention
Yeah,
the fact
I
that
mean, the only
CVUO
reason, I feel like the main reason where I was like, we should do a popularity vote for the services one was like, I don't want someone to be like, oh, UOSU's picking their best service, because we had a bunch of UOSU people picking in the committees, right?
Yeah.
Board
True.
members and
And
execs and
execs, yeah.
stuff.
I think
That's
the matter, like the bias, the point was like the thing that kind of like that was like the obstacle that we had like when talking about the entire like, application, like the application process was because like whatever road we had like thought of, there was some sort of bias in it, and like it was just like so hard to like eliminate that. I mean, you can't. It's impossible to eliminate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, you can't have no bias. I think the nomination selection committee worked really well, in terms of biases at least.
Yeah, like with the winners one.
Mhm.
That's what,
Not
I mean,
so
like
much.
we could like think of having a public vote.
No, I think just having more members in the final one would probably do it. Make it more similar to the first one.
Yeah. There was
Mm.
like also that matter of we can't have members who are part of the nominations committee to be part
Yeah,
of the final one, and there was like only so many people that we could pick, and
Yeah.
we kind of like were like strict to like board members and execs because
Yeah, and even the people we picked like didn't show up.
yeah. And then like we were like left with like 4 members, and some of them were too busy and the meetings were too long.
Definitely.
Okay,
split it
so
up, you know.
what's that?
Definitely like splitting it up. 'Cause,
Mm-hmm.
like, not everyone
Yes. Yeah.
can spend a whole day talking about the nominations process.
Yeah. Even like like maybe like increase into timeline. Even though like relatively speaking, the application period opened like late January, which is the perfect time because it was still like far from the event and all. And like you can't really have it earlier than that. But like there's like I think
that
some
was
sort of
yeah.
stretching. That was like one
Yeah,
of the
the
reasons
New
like
Year.
why we had like a tight timeline. Because you can't have the like applications like open very soon, but also we were like judging like clubs performances on like throughout like up until
Yep.
January, which was like not long enough because most big events would happen during the second semester.
Yeah. I remember Jason asked if we could cut the meeting in half, and I was like, we actually can't because we need a week to like collect all the winners and make the new document for the next one.
And even just
And then the week
coordinating
after
like
that.
another meeting time would have been like
Yeah.
We should have done it ahead of time, yeah, like
Yeah.
like 2 days back to back or
Yeah.
something. But we couldn't have done it like last minute, like how like last year. Oh my god, I'm at 10% now. So
What
I
else
told
have we
our
learned?
media person that this podcast would be an hour long, or longer ones.
Good luck with the editing.
cut it down, yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna have to do it. I'm not gonna do it. But I think we should just conclude real quick.
Sure.
Any final words anyone has? Final
For
thoughts?
first time event planners, we did okay. We did pretty good.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
With the like all things considered, losing a box of decorations, having the event canceled, spending nights in the office,
Just not
It
knowing.
was a
what-
learning
not
learning
having much
process.
money, the DIYs, like
Yeah.
it was a learning experience.
It was a learning experience.
Yeah.
Would we do it
Not soon.
again? No. I mean, I feel like at some point we were all stressed about school, especially. I
Yeah.
remember like studying
Yeah.
for my final the night before the final
Oh my
took
gosh,
place.
Yeah.
You know what the
And-
funniest thing is?
Yeah.
Last year was my best academic year for like
Honestly,
ever
same.
since first
Same.
year.
Honestly,
Oh, no.
same. I was surprised. I was surprised too, but
Because we had no time to like mess around. It was just like CVUO school, like
Nothing else.
yeah.
and like just like throw back to the like wall of rules. Rule number was it 0 or 1? Half 1. 0 was like never. I don't remember. Was it like never lose a box of decorations?
No, I think 0's have fun.
Have
1 is
fun.
don't feel bad.
Have a location
Have a
booked first.
location.
3 is 2 is have a location, and 3 is don't lose the box.
Yeah.
That was the box.
The only rose you need in life.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
I would like. I miss CVO, to be honest. I'll just like throw that in there.
I mean, honestly,
miss the
me
whole board.
too. I feel like it's just I feel like a lot of CVO now, like for like last few months, has just been at first yelling at clubs to do the club's review, and then it was like rendering that video like 20 times. So it's not been a great experience. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I know. Okay, so I know this is like going a little bit over time, but how did you guys like the SLA video?
Oh, I loved it.
I thought it was horrible, honestly.
What?
It was like horrible in a way, but like
So
it was like kind of that was like the
dry,
vibe of it. It was dry, but like I think like that was some sort of like I took it as a vibe of the video. It's like, okay, that's the vibe.
I feel like for me and for us, it was less of a problem because whenever someone came on screen, we knew who they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah.
But
If
if for
someone
someone,
else.
if it was like random people showing up, I would have not watched that video.
Yeah.
It
was
I don't
funny
think-
too.
Like your words.
Those are so long. 23
It's so
words is too much.
It was a lot. Yeah.
I know from people that watched it, like from Steam and Mess and stuff, like Zach just like skipped through it, and then Candid watched it in 2x speed.
But even people when they share it, they like share the minute when like their club appears.
That was
like,
the
skip 2 minute
cricket
this.
club. The cricket club ate that shit up. They've been posting about it since yesterday. They're like tagging their friends, and then a bunch of their friends are sharing it. They're having a blast. Okay, so I think this is gonna be a very, very long podcast, much longer than we intended. I've never actually listened to a podcast. I don't know how they end. Like, do we just say bye?
I mean,
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, I guess. Follow us on Spotify now that we have a Spotify account. Probably.
probably. Follow us on Instagram.
Yes.
Check out the Student Life Awards video.
At CampusVibezUO. Hopefully the video's on there by now. By the time this
And-
goes up.
On Facebook too. It's already there. Apply for
We're really
next
expecting
year's
someone to
SLA.
be at this 2-hour mark watching this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's answer. Okay, just say bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, that's the end of the podcast. Congratulations, guys.
Nice.
Congrats to everyone
Nice.
who's listening. Congrats to
Nice.
everyone who's listening. Congrats to everyone
Nice.
who's listening. Congrats to everyone
Nice.
who's listening. Congrats to
Nice.
everyone who's listening.